Dear viewers, this is part 2 on my series on how you can reduce taxes when you return back to India and reside as resident individual. In part 1, I had discussed the first 3 points. In this episode, I am going to discuss the remaining 3 points. This is NRI Money Clinic for you, and I am Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, investment consultant and a financial planner.
NRI Money Clinic. No hype, just the right advice.
Point 4. You can invest in ULIPs. Many people have negative opinion about ULIPs. Some time back, I had produced a video by title, Are ULIPs Really Bad Plans to Invest? I will be giving a link of this video here. Please make sure you check on this video as well. You will realize when you watch this video how ULIPs can be effectively used as a tax saving tool. As an NRI, during your working days, if you make best use of these ULIPs, these can generate you tax-free income throughout your life. Now, if you are already retired and you have gone back, don't hurriedly go and buy a ULIP plan. In the video, I have explained who can use this particular plan, at what age it is more suitable. If you are already a person who has crossed 50 years of age, what you need to do to buy the ULIPs? Don't buy it in your name, rather you buy it in the younger members of the family, mainly could be your daughter or could be your son. By buying ULIPs in the name of your younger members of the family does not take away your rights over the money. Again, these points I have explained very clearly in the ULIPs. These modern day ULIPs, you can hold it for your lifelong. The cash flow that you get from these ULIP plans are 100% tax free. Make effective use of this during your working period as an NRI and derive tax free income when you go back to India. Point number 5. Investing in NPS account. When you are an NRI, make sure you invest a decent amount of money in the NPS account as well. What is the advantage of NPS account? The maturity proceeds of an NPS account is again 100% tax free. When you decide to close your NPS account and take the money out either as a lump sum withdrawal to the extent permissible, which is about 60%, all that amount is tax free for you. The remainder of the money you are required to convert it into a pension. The amount that you put into the pension account is also tax free. Only the amount you receive as a pension is the amount which will be treated as your income. Now let's imagine that you go back to India somewhere between 50 to 60 years of age. Instead of using the NPS account immediately to convert into pension, you have a provision to keep it within NPS up to 70 years of your age. And there are several provisions which are there in the NPS account as well. These points I have discussed in my series on National Pension Scheme. I have created a playlist of all the things that you need to know about the NPS scheme. I'll be giving a list here for the NPS scheme, and please make sure you visit each and every video that I have done on National Pension Scheme. Investing in National Pension Scheme is one of the finest way to build your wealth at low cost as well as a tax saving tool for you. Point 6. Making best use of the statutory limit given for you to reduce your tax burden. Under income tax, there are several clauses which gives you the tax benefits. For example, most commonly used section is section 80C. Under section 80C, you can invest an amount of 1.5 lakh rupees per year and an equal amount can be deducted from your taxable income. The insurance premium that you pay to your life insurance policies, the purchase of NICs, or if you have invested in certain deposits of the bank which have a maturity of 5 years, they come under 80C, or if you have invested in public provident fund. So all these investments will give you a tax break under 80C to a maximum of 1.5 lakhs. As a NRI, you are not allowed to operate public provident fund account. But if you are a RNOR or if you are an ROR, that is you are a resident individual, you can invest in PPF account. What is the advantage? One, the amount that you put into this comes under ATC at the time of investing. Now the interest that you get from PPF accounts is 100% tax free. Only thing that you have to remember while investing in PPF account is these are illiquid accounts and they have a maturity period. Look into your cash flow, see when you need the income, and based on your judgment, then only you invest into PPF account. Another way of bringing down your taxable income is investing up to 50,000 rupees under National Pension Scheme. Now under section 80 CCD, if you have used all the 1.5 lakhs which you are eligible under ATC, then additional 50,000 can be claimed under section 80 CCD if you are investing in NPS. But this benefit is available only if you are below the age of 60. If you are above the age of 60, this benefit is not available to you. Another provision which many people use is section 80D. Under section 80D, the premium that you pay for buying the health insurance, you have got certain deductions. This could be ranging from 50,000 rupees to a lakh of rupee depending on what age bracket you fall into. Section 80E will also give you certain benefits. Now if you are servicing the education loan that you have taken for the sake of your children is still pending, the interest that you pay towards servicing this loan for a period of 7 years can be brought down from your annual income. The interest that you pay towards this loan can be claimed 100% from your taxable income. If you buy an electric car and you take a loan, the interest that you pay towards this loan to a maximum of 1.5 lakh can be claimed under section 80 EED. Suppose if you are living in a rented premises, under section 80 GG, you can claim an exemption of rupees 60,000 per annum. Section 80 TTA and section 80 TTB will also give you certain exemptions. Now under this section, the interest that you get from savings bank account or post office account are exempted to an extent of 10,000 rupees if you are below 60 years of age, and exempted up to 50,000 rupees if you are above the age of 60 years. Now if you are taking care of maintenance of one of the close relatives who is disabled, then under section 80 DD you can make a claim of 75,000 rupees to a maximum of 1.25 lakh rupees depending on the severity of the disability. Likewise, if you yourself is disabled person, then under section 80U, you can claim 75,000 rupees to 1.25 lakhs depending on the severity of the disability. Section 80 DDB gives you relief towards the medical costs that you may incur. If the medical costs are incurred due to specified illness and if you are not covered by a medical insurance, then you can claim an amount of 40,000 to 1 lakh rupees per year depending on what age bracket you fall into. If you are below 60 years of age, you can make a claim of 40,000 rupees. If you are above the age group of 60, then you can make a claim of up to 1 lakh rupee per year. Dear viewers, if you want to do retirement planning, you can make use of my services as well. I have shown my contact number here on the screen. You can reach out to me through a WhatsApp message from any corner of the world and I'll be too happy to help you. Dear viewers, if you think the topic that I discussed today was of use to you, give me a thumbs up. If you are watching this program for the first time or if you are yet to subscribe for this channel, make sure you click on the subscribe button and press the bell icon. Don't forget to share this video with your near and dear ones. I'll be back with you with one another episode, one another topic very soon.
Press the bell icon for more details and subscribe our channel.